Hello, my name is Kyle Tran-Myrie. My stage name is Wante. And for this National Poetry Month 2021, I thought I'd share an older piece of mine, but it's one that's been on my mind a lot lately. This is a poem I wrote about the first job I ever had, which was pushing carts at a grocery store. When I work with students, one thing we talk about is how important it is that, poetry and art in general, but especially poetry, is an outlet to tell your story, right? And that's important no matter who you are, where you come from. But I think this idea of telling stories about experiences we've had and people we've been who don't often get stories told about them is important. And so that's kind of where this poem came from. Shout out to all service industry workers in general. And then of course with the pandemic, it kind of recontextualized this piece just with the whole conversation about essential workers. And I think there's a very poetry related element of that conversation in terms of, are we telling people that they're essential, or are we showing them via our actions and our policy choices, and et cetera, et cetera. And so yeah, just stuff that's been on my mind lately. This poem is called When They Look Right Through You. It's not rocket science. It's a 10-foot piece of rope with a metal hook at the end of it. We got 3 of them hanging in the equipment shed out back. One of them is thicker, but a little shorter. One of them looks thin as shoelaces, but it's a good ½ foot longer. If you got first pick, take that one. It looks flimsy, but trust me, you will break before it does. Try to keep up. See, these are the days before robots, and this is a city where people leave their empty apartments, leave their empty SUVs, and finally leave their empty shopping carts. Here, for us. You can hook 7 together with that rope and push them back into the store. When it's busy, grab 10. When it's wild, stack 30 up and we'll push them in together. Just be careful, because these people, they will look right through you when they back out of those parking spots. When they take that corner at like 40 miles per hour, when they forget that they forgot to use a blinker and curse you out for walking through a crosswalk. See that guy right there? We are our background noise. Uncredited extras in the 80-year-long made-for-TV romantic comedy that he calls life. We are neurons flickering stupidly, infantry storming through the dreams you won't remember upon awakening. So make sure you wear comfortable shoes. Boots in the winter, sneakers in the summer, add pads as you grow older, learn to control a convoy of carts without that rope, just balance, coordination, and will. Learn to control the fist that lives in your neck when these people just leave their cart sitting in the middle of a parking space. Swallow when they look right through you. Swallow. When it's 30 below, when a straitjacket will be warmer than these flimsy company coats, and you're working a double shift because you've heard rumors of layoffs, and the dapper manager saunters up and says, "How's it going, chief?" Understand that they will never understand this. The beauty of a parking lot at twilight, how the sky burns blue, the sweetness of every second when the big hand is on the 11, the smile of the person who actually looks at you. We betray ourselves for $7 an hour. Our native language is white noise, cart pushers, cashiers, janitors, bartenders, servers, delivery drivers. We are an army fighting a war we don't believe in a country whose name we can't pronounce, but we're fighting. And we're tired, but we're fighting. And we're losing, but we're fighting. You get 2 15s and a half hour for lunch. The breaks aren't for your body though, right? They're for your spirit, because when you take an 8-hour shift and break it up into quarters, that's just 4 2-hour shifts. So, after chatting with the MOD and putting your gloves on, you can glance at your watch and say, wow, I'm almost halfway to being halfway done with half of my shift. It makes the time fly right by. You'll be fine, kid. Just remember, smile. You're representing the company. Remember, say hello to people when they walk in the door. And remember, when they look right through you, you're still there.